Nigerians on ridding the country of chaos and insecurity.
Section 52 of the Electoral Act says you must never, and you can never send elections.
Presidential Election Petition Court admits electronically generated evidence, clarifying INEC's position on non-transmission of election results. Plus, ahead of the implementation of the Africa Free Trade Initiative, ECOWAS delegates brainstorm on saving the sub-region from drifting into a dumping ground. Good evening and welcome to Network News. I am Muhammad Kudu ABUBAKAR in Abuja. Also on the news with me tonight are Hingina John Adams in Lagos and Naomi Abuaku in Maiduguri. President Muhammad Buhari has formally broken his silence over the recent attacks on his administration from certain quarters, saying those who politicize isolated incidents of insecurity are neither patriotic nor have the country at heart. The president stated these while exchanging views with a delegation of the Buhari campaign organization who are on a solidarity visit to the presidential villa. State House correspondent Adam Musambo reports.
The delegation of the Buhari campaign organization, comprising the national and state executive as well as board of trustee members, was in the State House to interface with the president on the state of the nation and the best way forward. President Buhari, who appreciated their contributions towards his re-election, reassured them that the governing APC will not be disappointing.
I assure you and Nigerians that we will not relent in our efforts to secure the country from criminal activities. Those who politicize the isolated instance of insecurity are not patriotic Nigerians. This administration will use all the resources at its disposal to protect the lives and properties of all Nigerians, and not just prominent Nigerians or those who make headlines.
The federal government, he maintained, will continue to be tough on the menace of corruption as efforts are being intensified towards fulfilling the promise of lifting 100 million Nigerians out of poverty in 10 years.
I want to reassure you that Nigeria is open for business, as no country in the world has achieved rapid economic growth without significant foreign direct investment. We are keeping our currency steady and are adopting pro-business policies to encourage private sector investment. Policies put in place to support farmers and small businesses are yielding positive results, and we are determined to integrate them into the larger economy.
Both the coordinator of the Buhari campaign organization, Danladi Pasali, and the national grand patron, Senator Abba Ali, reassured Nigerians that the Buhari administration will indeed take Nigeria to the next level of development for a sustainable future of the country.
We are ever ready to continue supporting this administration to actualize its set objectives, policies, principles, so as to consolidate on the previous feast, as the journey to the next level of our country development is on the right track.
We shall continue to pray for you and for this country so that you leave a legacy in this country that will never be forgotten.
Some members of the organization speak on their takeaways from the interactive session with the president.
I'm taking away from the president's promise and commitments that he is going to continue and he will not relent in his effort to provide security and welfare to Nigerians. And very sure the president will not fail the nation.
He is an excellent person. Nigeria should be very grateful to have him now as the leader driving the country. And I believe that Sky will be the starting point.
And whenever his term finishes, whoever he so wishes to continue his foundation, we are behind that person.
The Buhari campaign organization has proposed the establishment of Muhammadu Buhari Foundation as a deliberate attempt towards upholding and sustaining the ideals and principles of the Nigerian leader for a greater Nigeria. From the State House, Adam Musambo, NTA News.
Senate has called on the service chiefs to immediately commence regular patrol along the highways as part of measures to ensure security of lives and property on the roads. This resolution followed a motion that drew the attention of the Senate to the recent murder of Olufunke Olakunrin along the Akure-Ore Expressway. National Assembly correspondent Ignatius Nko reports.
It was the first plenary of the week, and senators appeared poised for the day's legislative business. The first issue considered was the murder of Olufunke Olakunrin. Senator Ayo Akinyelure drew the attention of the Senate to that incident. The legislators condemned the murder and urged the Inspector General of Police to intensify efforts in apprehending and prosecuting the perpetrators, while the federal government should establish emergency medical units on the Kaduna-Zaria-Kano road as moved by Senator Suleiman Kwari.
Federal Road Maintenance Agency FEMA to accelerate action in maintaining potholes on major federal highways across the country where most of the perpetrators of this evil act of kidnapping and attacks or innocent citizens always hide.
That we all have the role to play in ensuring that that normality is restored.
We shouldn't center it, and we should not try as much as possible to make it look as if it is a particular set of people that do this thing.
We should have one robust national summit on the security situation of this country.
Senator Jibrin Barau drew the attention of the Senate to the notice of strike issued by the Non-Academic Staff Union and the Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities. The motion advised that government should engage the unions to avert the impending strike. The issue of education continued on the floor, following the motion by Senator Ekon Iyayenyi on the need for government to provide training for teachers and basic computer facilities in public schools.
Call on the Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities and the Non-Academic Staff Union of Universities to explore a resolution of their grievances by instituting productive dialogue with the Academic Staff Union of Universities.
Urge the government to formulate a policy for the building and equipping of computer labs in all primary schools in Nigeria.
County today, there are some primary schools and even secondary schools students that have not even seen what is called computer.
Posterity will judge us harshly if we allow the public school system to collapse in this country.
So I think the earlier we go into this aspect of computer education into our schools, the better.
Government should promote science and technology.
Senate observed a minute silence in honor of the late Olufunke Olakunrin and those who lost their lives along the Kaduna-Zaria-Kano road. President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, met with the delegation from the Nigerian Surveyors Council of Nigeria, during which Senator Lawan assured them of complementing the fight against quacks in the profession through the amendment of the Surveyors Council of Nigeria Act. He also met with the top management staff of Transmission Company of Nigeria, who sought the support of the Senate in capitalizing electricity distribution companies.
Why don't we sell off the 40% to foreign investors who have the funds and the technical know-how?
President of the Senate also granted audience to the commissioners of the Public Complaint Commission, who were on a congratulatory visit from the National Assembly. Ignatius Nko, NTA News.
Retired senior military and security officers of Katsina State Extraction have advocated for a robust approach and genuine dialogue in addressing security challenges confronting the frontline states in the Northwest geopolitical zone. This was the consensus of experts and critical stakeholders at the Security Interactive Summit convened in Katsina. Correspondent Bashir Ibrahim Nababa has the report.
Communities in the 8 frontline local government areas of Katsina State have been under frequent attacks by armed bandits, which has resulted in the loss of lives and property worth millions of naira. Worried by the development, former top military, police and other security personnel from the state converged on Kaduna to forge a common front in finding lasting solutions to insecurity in the state. Chairman of the occasion and former military governor of Sokoto State, Brigadier General Ahmad Muhammad Daku, described security as everybody's business, hence their decision to interface and come out with a template that will assist government and security agencies in restoring peace.
From our deliberation, they will find that there is something useful for them, which will help them towards achieving security for the nation or for the state.
In their separate remarks, the former Director General, National Youth Service Corps, Brigadier General Maharazu Iga, and Assistant Inspector General of Police, Dalami Aradwa, noted that government needs to adopt short, medium, and long-term measures to contain the situation.
In as much as the government is doing the best it can, I assure you she will not succeed until, of course, it gets the cooperation of others.
The convener of the summit and chairman Awareness for Good Leadership, Peace and Development, Abdullahi Aliyu, expressed hope that with input from the caliber of personalities in attendance, peace will return in the affected areas. In Kaduna, Bashir Ibrahim Nababa, NTA News.
Following the peace initiatives introduced by the Miyetti Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria with the support of the Nigerian Police Force, Adamawa State Command, 5 suspected kidnappers have been willingly surrendered their weapons and vowed not to engage anymore in what they described as an ungodly act. Bilkisu Abubakar reports that this was when the State Commissioner of Police, Adamu Audu Madaiki, paraded some suspected Sheila boys.
The repentant kidnappers who hailed from Mayero village of some local government area of Adamawa State have voluntarily surrendered following the intervention of Miyetti Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria. The notorious kidnappers handed over their weapons, including 5 AK-47. This development compelled the Nigerian police to honor the Miyetti Allah Association in the state under the leadership of Alhaji Jawoji Isa and Divisional Police Officer of Gombe Local Government Area in appreciation of their effort.
In compliance with the IGP directives on every command CP to emphasize community policing, through our effort in community policing, we've been liaising with so many stakeholders, starting from the Miyetti Allah group, to the Tabuta Plako group, the Honda Association, and the rest of them.
Similarly, the Adamawa State Police Command has paraded 40 Sheila boys who specialize in extortion of money, snatching of mobile phones and other valuables, as well as robbery, as attested by some of their victims. The suspected Sheila boys were arrested with a large quantity of soak and dye chemicals, 250 grams of tramadol, rubber solution, weapons, among others. In Yola, Bilkisu Abubakar, NTA News.
The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukur Buratai, has charged officers and soldiers at the Kuyilo Super Camp in Benangwari to be decisive and ruthless in dealing with bandits in the area. Defense correspondent Ismail Musa reports that the Army Chief gave the directives while on an operational visit to the newly established camp in Benangwari, Kaduna State.
Vast ungoverned land spanning into hectares and enhanced ecosystem suitable for agriculture. But farming was not possible here in the past due to bandits and other criminal elements operating in parts of the northwest. These are troops from the 1 Division at the Kuyelo Super Camp. Their mission is to provide aggressive response to threats within their general area of responsibility. With the establishment of the camp, the area once deserted is regaining peace and socio-economic activities. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukur Buratai, is here to inspect and appraise the super camp and address troops.
I have already directed your General Officer Commanding, you must move deep into wherever they are identified, and you must develop the intelligence capability to penetrate. Is that clear? Yes, sir. And you must get them down and deal with them decisively.
While assuring them of improved welfare in camps and barracks, General Buratai promised more equipment to step up patrols to further secure life and property in the area.
We're happy with the results we're having, both in the northeast and in the northwest here, because of the new posture.
With the setup and establishment of the standby force, farming activities have resumed in most of the areas visited. From Birningwari in Kaduna State, Ismail Musa, NTA News.
Meanwhile, Adamawa State Governor Ahmad Umar Fintiri has commended the Buhari administration for restoring peace in the northeast geopolitical zone and Adamawa State in particular. He stated this while exchanging views with the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, in Abuja. Governor Fintiri said socio-economic activities have picked up significantly in Adamawa State and environs with sustained security patrols.
Of the insecurity has gone down 70% since in the last 6-7 weeks in the state. That is not happening, but because we've been in collaboration with elders and leaders in the state, with the security agencies, and they've been doing their best. Today, most of the states are sleeping with two of their eyes closed.
Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, said the federal government will utilize the agrarian potentials of the northeast geopolitical zone to improve the livelihood of the people.
With a lot of fertile arable land, and we believe that we will key into major government policies and projects so that at least our people will be able to appreciate and appropriate the benefits that should accrue to them.
Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa. The federal government has restated its resolve towards sustaining efforts at enhancing the health status of the country in order to guarantee the health and well-being of the citizenry for national growth and development. President Muhammadu Buhari, who gave the assurance while receiving the executive members of the Nigerian Medical Association, noted that meeting the health needs of Nigerians is not a matter of choice. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo has the report.
The Nigerian Medical Association, led by its president, Dr. Francis Faduyule, is here to not only appreciate the Buhari presidency for the numerous achievements recorded in the nation's health sector in the last 4 years, but reassure the government of sustained partnership in its quest towards improving the health of Nigerians. President Muhammadu Buhari, who noted with delight the continued support, understanding and cooperation of the association to his administration, promised to spare no efforts at ensuring that healthcare is affordable, accessible, and effective. This, he said, is necessary towards meeting the health needs of Nigerians as well as reversing medical tourism abroad.
Under this system, the most important thing is healthcare. Service to the majority of Nigerians that trusted us.
President Buhari said the federal government is also committed to doing whatever it takes towards achieving and sustaining peace and security with a view to ensuring that desired services can be delivered effectively in the health and other critical sectors of the economy for a prosperous Nigeria.
If you don't secure a country or an establishment or institution, you can't manage it. So the first thing is security.
President of the Nigerian Medical Association, Dr. Francis Faduyule, attributed the re-election of President Muhammadu Buhari for a second term of office to efforts made by the government towards repositioning the country, especially the health sector.
As you start the second tenure in office, we want to assure you that the Nigerian Medical Association is a partner in progress for the improvement of health of Nigerians and other laudable programs of your administration.
Dr. Faduyule, who made a case for, amongst others, establishment of a health bank, import duty waiver on medical equipment, strengthening of primary health care, and making enrollment into the National Health Insurance Scheme mandatory for all Nigerians, announced plans for a National Health Summit in Abuja.
The summit is expected to set the health agenda in key areas and develop a blueprint and practical framework for reforming and improving Nigerian health system. Key areas to be considered include stemming the tide of brain drain, ensuring harmony within professional groups in health, reversing medical tourism, and make Nigeria a medical tourist destination with an overall impact of improving the national health indices and social safety net.
The Nigerian Medical Association, through its Social Health Safety Net initiative, tagged Project 5x3, is seeking to provide basic health coverage for 5 million Nigerians over the next 3 years. From the State House, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
Presidential Election Petition Court exonerates INEC on electronic transmission of 2019 results. Stay with us for details shortly.
Enjoy